Stop throwing in buns, Chop. Start putting together.
Welcome.
Good game. I'm great. He's a beast. He's a beast. He's a beast, baby. Beast. Walk it, baby. Put them together. Okay. In the pocket.
Hundreds of millions of views.
Yeah.
But when you're watching Floyd Mayweather, you have to pay.
Feud between Floyd, Mayweather and Terence Crawford is exploding with intensity as Mayweather recently released footage of a sparring session he had with Crawford before the fight when they met at Shakur Stevenson's training camp.
Is Canelo washed up now at 35 years old?
I don't know. Boxing is a lot of wear and tear on the body. Maybe so. I'm not.
Floyd and Crawford have been trading shots ever since the 50-0. Boxing legend challenged Crawford to a fight, only for Crawford to reject the offer and remark that Floyd was trying to steal the spotlight from him.
And if we was ever keep it real, boss, keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy.
Three after their exchanges escalated, Floyd took things to the next level by posting a sparring session with Crawford from earlier this year on social media. Both had visited Shakur Stevenson earlier this year, and while at his gym, they went a few rounds in an unspoken sparring match. In fact, the photos Mayweather and Crawford shared from the gym showed them in normal clothes, hiding what had really gone on. With the feud now at its peak, Floyd Mayweather dropped a 30-second clip from the session showing himself in control, clearly aiming to prove he's far superior to Crawford, directly opposing the claims of Canelo Alvarez, Shane Mosley, and others. In the short footage, Mayweather's reflexes were razor-sharp as Crawford barely landed a touch, while Mayweather fired back with precise counter jabs.
Using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he's in the limelight and stuff like that, but in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter, though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But like his core personality and his way.
However, he removed the video from X just minutes later, but by then it had already been leaked and picked up by numerous news outlets.
That's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fight. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man.
Actually, it was Terence Crawford and his team who invited Floyd Mayweather to their training camp to better prepare for the challenge on September 12th. The boxing legend was brought in not only to spar with Crawford and observe his other sparring and training sessions, but also to guide him and offer tips aimed at bringing him closer to victory in September.
I think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me?
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd?
I don't know. I thought you'd hesitate maybe even a bit, but no.
Nah, not at all. That's one of my favorite.
Footage released on social media. The two were first seen standing by ringside talking, with Crawford and his trainers fully focused on Mayweather's words. Then they stepped into the ring, where Mayweather guided Crawford on defense, stance, positioning, footwork, and movement before sparring. During the sparring, Crawford unleashed a flurry of punches as he worked to break through Mayweather's defense, succeeding at moments before shifting to the back foot and focusing on defending against Floyd's shots.
In his absolute prime, and I take Manny Pacquiao in his absolute prime.
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd still beats him.
Floyd beat everybody.
You don't believe there's a guy at 140, 147 in the history of boxing that could have beat Floyd in his prime?
It'd be tough. Floyd, man, that boy, man, that's the GOAT, man. That boy bad.
What makes it? Because I told people, I said, look at Floyd. I said, Floyd, it's not that he trains. It's his life, and from the very beginning, he said, I want to be.
When I fought Canelo, I was 36. And Canelo was 23, around the same age. Some of these guys won world titles and was undisputed champion. I think, the Tank age, the young low champions.
Mm-hmm.
Canelo was 23 with 43 fights and 30 knockouts.
Their session together, Floyd Mayweather was asked about Crawford's training and said that Crawford is an incredible fighter, one of the greatest of his generation, and that he reminds him of himself and some of his past opponents. He added that he admires Crawford's hunger and his drive to leave behind a great boxing legacy.
and the world said he was inexperienced. I was 36 with 40-something fights. And to tell you the truth, I was over the hill. And so when I fight guys, when I'm in my 30s and they're in their 30s, you know what they say?
What's that?
Oh, this guy all washed
The
up.
footage of Crawford and Mayweather created a huge buzz online as fans rushed to comment on how amazing it was to watch two boxing greats train together, much like when Crawford had a similar moment with Andre Ward before. One fan wrote that seeing Crawford and Floyd training together looked great, saying they were proud of Crawford for taking all the right steps and hoping he wins on fight night, adding that Canelo isn't ready for what Crawford is about to bring. Another commented that the ring was suffering from too much greatness and believed Crawford would win if this ever turned into a real fight. A different fan wrote that Crawford needs to listen to Floyd to beat Canelo and also get advice from Bivol, saying there's something those guys know that many don't, likely their footwork and style, and Crawford just needs to make it work.
Roy Jones Jr.
Floyd Mayweather, anybody else that wants to smoke the word talk, we know damn well they can get in on Floyd. Has that ever been a question? That's one thing that's different from Roy, and that's the difference between Roy and Floyd. Floyd picked who he fought. Roy fought whoever the fuck came, excuse my language. So, don't get me fucked. Y'all made me cook.
Do you respect the Floyd 50-0, or is it like?
You gotta respect anything a person does and stay undefeated that long. So I respect it to a degree, yeah. Is it a 50-0 that I think, oh, he the greatest fighter all the time? Nah. Chavez was 80-0 at one point. 80. He could retire to 80-0.
And also commented that they liked how the right fighters were giving Terence Crawford the support he needed, adding they felt he would win by decision thanks to Floyd's help. However, things have now turned very sour between the two. Mayweather, with his flawless 50-0 record, is widely regarded as one of the greatest pound-for-pound boxers ever. Known for his impenetrable defense and his unmatched ability to control the pace of a fight, his career also stood out for its massive commercial success, including 4 of the 5 highest-grossing pay-per-view events in boxing history.
Jones versus Floyd Mayweather beef. Now, we all know Floyd was showing the videos of Roy Jones getting knocked the hell out. And I said, where the hell did this come from? Why he do him like that? Well, it stems from Roy. We all know, well, I don't say Roy talking shit, but
Mayweather famously ended his career with a flawless 50-0 record, holding titles in 5 divisions and showcasing a defense widely regarded as the best in the sport. He was also one of boxing's biggest moneymakers, claiming 4 of the top 5 best-selling pay-per-view events. Speaking to Real Life Productions, Jones Jr. was asked if Mayweather's record made him the greatest of all time. He replied no, explaining that while you must respect anyone who stays undefeated that long, there are more impressive campaigns. He pointed out that Julio Cesar Chavez once went 80 fights unbeaten, asking how anyone could top that, and noted that Floyd stopped at 50 because of Rocky Marciano's record, adding that if Marciano hadn't died, he likely would have kept going too.
Getting pretty, and I don't know if people realize this, Roy. Your first 50 fights, you didn't get beat, you got DQ'd. Had you been 50-0, would you have stopped?
I thought I won the heavyweight title and went back down and beat Tarver that first time, I would have stopped right there. But it was in my DNA, it was in my guys around him who he's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy. Why would he? Bud looking to try to make history and get out. Get his big bank and get out. His big bank is who? Canelo. He willing to take that gamble, see if he can beat him. If he beats him, he may.
Jones then specifically criticized Mayweather's farewell fight, a 10th round stoppage of UFC superstar Conor McGregor in his boxing debut. Ultimately, the debate over who is the greatest will continue, driven by the unique achievements and philosophies of both icons. On the show, when asked about Roy Jones Jr.'s claim that he deserved to be called the best ever more than anyone else, Floyd Mayweather responded that everyone is entitled to their own opinion. He added that he was glad Jones felt that way, saying every fighter who devoted their life to boxing and sacrificed inside the squared circle should feel proud. And if Jones feels that way, then more power to him.
Now, we probably could have got 3 good fights out of it. You understand me? But because we waited too long, the problem what people don't understand is, tomorrow's not promised to nobody. Guess what? We are fortunate that we saw the fight. Because to be honest with you, Earl came back from dead and made it back and fought this fight.
I had one fight at a catchweight, but that wasn't my idea. Anyone can look it up online. At one point, Canelo believed I was scared of him, saying I didn't want to fight. He offered to meet at 152 or 152.12 pounds, and I called his bluff, agreeing to fight at that weight. But after Canelo made the weight, there wasn't any clause preventing him from gaining afterward. He weighed in at 152 or 152.12, then came in around 168 or close to 170, while I was at 151 or 152.
Nobody said that. When they were both occupying boxing at the same time, Floyd wasn't sniffing his jockstrap. And I'm talking about Pretty Boy Floyd and Roy. You can't even argue that because we were there. I was there watching both of them. No one mentioned Floyd with Roy. It's not like they're two different eras and you can't compare them. They were being compared.
Roy Jones is one incredible fighter who has done a great deal for the sport of boxing, and I'm absolutely proud of him. Floyd Mayweather is often celebrated as one of the greatest pugilists in boxing history. Throughout his illustrious career, he defeated a long list of elite opponents, captured world titles in 5 weight divisions, and perhaps most impressively retired with his undefeated record, sharp mind, and financial empire fully intact, earning him the moniker TBE, the best ever.